Grand afternoon. Grand afternoon, everybody. It's Lizzie B. Gold from Lizzie's Alkaline Kitchen. Excuse my face. I got stuff on my lips. But I'm going to show you guys the harvest. It's been a while since I've been on here to show you guys this harvest, so I'm going to show you guys today. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here at the moment. Because I'm not going to go in to get the rest. So we're just going to talk about the ones we have right here. I talked to you guys about the milkweed already. This is what the milkweed looks like. Let my camera be still. One moment, y'all. There you go. This is your broccoli. This is your asparagus. There's also wild bull thistle that does this too. As far as your flavor context and your flavor profile, but you definitely want to get this into your system. When it's very young, it's going to look like exactly like this. You know, you guys are familiar with milkweed. We talk about it all the time. But what you want to do, there you go. Y'all can see that now. And what you want to do, get them when they're young, and then get them again when they've got this on it. Oh, it tastes so good. Then get them again when it starts to look like this. It's about to flower. And then again when they open. This is really good food. Do your research. A lot of people have weird ideas about milkweed. I'll just say don't believe the hype. Milkweed is good. It's very tasty. Don't eat a crap load of it, but you're not supposed to eat a crap load of anything, so you shouldn't have that problem. Now, I like to saute them because they're really good like that, but we also steam them like broccoli. We do a lot of stuff with these. You can boil them. And now, switch over here. A lot of people already know what this is. This is called wild... sorry, my phone's going off, y'all. This is wild lettuce, prickly lettuce, spiny lettuce. There's lots and lots of, it's Lactuca virosa is what it really is some of it is Lactuca ciliola. Any type of lettuce is going to produce white sap when it flowers, y'all. This has that white sap regardless of it being a baby or an adult or in between. That's why it's different. Now, this is wild opium. Sorry, you guys, I had a phone call come in. If you're going to use this, be careful, because when you boil it down and you drink the tea, you're going to get sleepy. So if you, I'm not even joking, y'all. It works. So just be smart. Don't go take it with an Ambien, because if you don't wake up, that's not my fault. I love you, but it's not. So don't go mixing your wild lettuce tinctures and tisanes and infusions and decoctions with any other agent that you're going to sleep with. And yes, that means valerian. A lot of you asked me, what about your valerian and poppy supreme mix? You can make them, but watch your dosing. And if you're just trying this out and you're not familiar with this plant, do not mix it with your valerian. Don't mix it with your poppy until you're sure of what you're doing. But you'll know because it has a spine on the back. This is the back of the leaf. I foraged these yesterday. You know, you can dry them in your dehydrator and keep them. You don't need to go through that whole powder process, and that's not even necessary, you guys. You just boil it down in a slow cooker, but don't let it boil. Don't let it boil. You know, cook it down in a slow cooker, about 202 degrees, to get the medicine out of it, and you do that for a few hours, or dry it out in the dehydrator the way it is right now, and, you know, make a tea with it, and it will still give you the same effect either way, depending on how large of a batch you want to make. That's your wild lettuce. That's your as you guys call it, your wild opium. You guys know about these. These are going to be your mustard greens. We talk about this a lot. The mustard greens are actually... You can get this mixed up with colt's foot. I want to show you guys something. Mustard greens do not have a point here, and they're not red on the edge, but colt's foot, most of the time, that's how I know the difference. There's lots of different ways. Laura, whenever you get a chance to hop on here, you can talk about another way to identify it as well. Anita, girl, you know what I'm talking about. They look very similar to a lot of other plants, but this is my mustard green that I found wild. That's what I'm finding it to be. Now, I've seen mustard greens that are cultivated, and when they grow up, there's a part that grows out of this, keeps growing up into another leaf. I've got one I'll show you at the garden, but this is the back of it. You know, like, I don't really trust food from the wild if something hasn't eaten it. So I don't mind the fact that something ate a little bit of this because it's clean. There's no bugs on it. There's nothing here, and it's very eatable. A lot of people see these hairs. They don't feel bad. You see, it's not hurting me. I'm not getting any type of weird reaction. You're fine. You know, same thing with this. You know, they say, oh, does that hurt to harvest? No, look, see, I'm holding it in my hand. It does not hurt you. You're fine. And no, they don't come off in your hand like that. The Nepal is gonna get you, but this is not. Okay, so this is your wild allium. This is what allium looks like in the wild, you guys. I'm gonna start down here, and I'm gonna work my way up so you can see it kind of looks like a wild onion. Does not look like a chive, y'all. This is not what chives look like. Chives are more like leaves. But then you see this head? This is how you can tell, you know, your onion, your varieties, your garlic, and your allium. And this comes out of here. Let me see if I can be still. Can you guys see that? There. It comes out of here. You know, out of that little husk. So you'll be able to... Now, most of you already know what I'm talking about because a couple years ago, I did a huge thing on wild onion and we harvested wild. We did videos live, so, you know, I wanted you guys to see the way this looks. It kind of looks like a dandelion on here, but it's not. This is wild onion. Now, borage. You guys, all my harvesters and my foragers, well, before I get to the borage, this is what my California poppy flowers look like when they're drying. Okay, typically it looks like it's got the shape of a buttercup. It comes up, it's stiff like that. But these are really good. I love these. It's also a form of medicine, and we'll talk about that later. This is not opium poppy, y'all. This is California poppy. California poppy is medicinal. Opium poppy is the one you guys are thinking of. And no, I don't have any of that on me. And where I do know it's at is none of your business. Love y'all, but you're going to have to find your own opium poppy. So there's that. Borage. Okay, this is food. All right, y'all. This is good eating. I'm telling you, it's very good for the body in ways that I can't even explain in one video. Don't worry about these hairs. As you can see, they cannot harm you. I'm holding it in my hand, and I'm not getting hurt. So don't let the way it looks scare you. It feels a little bit prickly, but it's good. And as you can see, nothing is sticking in my skin. It's not going to work like cactus. And my hands are dry like your hands should be when you harvest and mess with your herbs. Clean, dry hands. These flowers like this, they grow on the end, right? And only one little blue flower is going to open per end. Sorry, guys. I had a phone call coming in. Aura, hey. I love you, sweetheart. And so we have this here, you know, you're only going to get one flower per end of the stem. And I'm going to take you guys into the garden so that you can see exactly what I mean. These come out like little stars. But the thing is, this is called, it's not just called borage, it's called bees bread. Because you see the bees, this is food for them. And it will also allow them to pollinate your food, your crops. This is very good to have when you are planting your vegetables and you're planting your food, even when you're wildcrafting. Do not tear your borage up. This is not a weed. This is called bees bread, okay? It looks very ominous. It looks like you're not supposed to touch it, but that's not true. I'm going to show you guys some in my garden. It's actually very beautiful. It grows really low in a rosette, just like lettuce. Hey, Douglas. So, you know, and it's edible. This is good food. We don't want to get rid of that. Now, this is a very important plant. We're going to talk about that later. We're not going to get into that right now. But it's this right here. Any of you guys who, as a matter of fact, anybody who knows, I'll send a free package. This plant in general right here. This is the one I'm not going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about it later because there's way too much to say about it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Way too much to say about this plant here. But long story short, this is what everyone was asking me about, these cherries. So, we've gone through the milkweed, the opium lettuce, which is like tuberrosa. We've gone through the, that's going to be your mustard greens, your wild mustard greens. Come up, Jasmine. Okay, I'm going to unlock the door. Somebody, hey, baby, somebody let Jasmine in. Okay, so, sorry, you guys. Okay, so, we've gone through that. Now, this one is your borage. You've got here medicinal herb. I'm not giving you the name of that. That's going to be for the prize. And then right here, the cherries. All right, so unlock for Jasmine. Okay, so now, sorry, y'all. So now this right here is your wild cherry. If you look at it in my hand, look at how small that is. And I'm going to show you guys a regular cherry. Can you bring me a regular cherry, sweetheart? A regular cherry? Yeah. So I need you guys to see why this is the time of year when everyone comes to me talking about allergies. My daughter, they notice how I handle hers. So much that happens when springtime comes. Cherry lovers say they can't eat cherries anymore. And I give them these cherries and they say, wait a minute, this does not feel like the way I feel when I eat store-bought cherries, because cherries in the wild are not supposed to be that big. Number one, cherries they're very small. And you have to get them very, very quickly because they ripen very, very quickly. When you get these cherries, you can store them, you can eat them, you can jam them, you can do whatever you want. But as you notice, they get black and fully ripe this small. You guys see that? Okay? I know you see that. So now, Yancy or Jasmine, somebody's going to bring me a cherry in a second so I can show you guys why those other cherries are making you sick. And, you know, we're not even going to say sick. We're just going to say why they're causing an allergic reaction. Now, this cherry has been in the wild. Thank you so very much, Jasmine. Now, look, y'all. Now, I know y'all see this, right? I know y'all see this. I really shouldn't even have to say much. I really shouldn't have to say much about why this cherry, okay, is hitting you a little bit different than this cherry. Now, this is a hybrid. Well, we're not going to say hybrid. This cherry is not hybrid, but this cherry is cultivated. It is farmed. It has been grown by man. It probably has been spliced. So many things have been done to this cherry, right? Let's just look at it in here, y'all. Look at the store-bought cherry compared to your wild hand-picked cherry. Okay? I can't make this stuff up, y'all. There's no way I can make this up. There is no way I can make this up. Yes, this is a fucking cherry. Look. This is a store... I really don't like these very much, but I needed to get them for this. This is a store-bought cherry. You see what I'm saying? Now, you see that color? And you can get them darker. You can get them lighter. They even have some that are like that white yellow color. Right? You see that? No bueno. No good. Okay? I'm not going to finish this one. Tossing that one over. But now look at the wild cherry. This is the one everyone's been asking me, because when I do this time of year, my hands are usually stained red. Now check it out. Look at my hands. That other cherry, look, I opened it up, I ate it, you guys saw the juice and everything. Now look, I barely touched one of the wild cherries. I barely touched it, and look what came out, red juice. Now look. This is coming from my basket. I'm upside down so you guys can see this is coming from my basket, you see. Okay, I'm barely touching this cherry, and look. Look at that juice that's coming out that cherry on my hands. You see that? I'm not even really, and I'm telling you, you see that? Do you see that?
You two can't touch Jake.
Completely and totally different color, different texture, different juice. Look at that color. Look at that color, y'all. I know you can see my hand. Look at that. Okay? That's wild cherry. That's wild cherry. That's what you guys are supposed to be eating, right? So, it's such a major difference. Now, I guess it's good I have that red stuff here because I'm eating these cherries. But, this is the harvest. I'm gonna go finish, today. So, if you need cherries or borage or, the milkweed, let me know. I'm not the opium lettuce, you need to let me know immediately because, it's the strongest when it's about to flower. And I've only got a couple rows that are about to flower that I've been taking care of out here. So let me know what you guys are thinking. If you need anything, I love you guys. I wanted to do this video because I had been getting a lot of questions about the milkweed and the cherry in particular. And don't forget, we are still going to talk about my pretty baby here.
Who's on your team?
My foragers and my harvesters know what that is. We're going to talk about this really soon. But that herb is very dear to me, so I want to be sure that I take time to talk to you guys about it. But I love you. Thank you so much for visiting me. I'm Lizzie B. Gold from Lizzie's Alkaline Kitchen, Sabian Journeys LLC, theascensionplace.com, and the newest edition, Lady of the Tree. I love y'all. I'm going to see you soon. If you need anything, inbox me, call me, hit the business line, leave a message. And I'll see you soon. Peace, blessings, healing, and namaste from Lizzie B. Gold at Lizzie's Alkaline Kitchen.